Hey y'all, it's me again. I wanted to talk about resting bee face. um, I'm big on resting bee face naturally. My face, if I'm not smiling, like people love to see a person smile. I get all that, but I mean, sometimes I can be tired or anything, got some stuff on my mind, honey. And I think I spoke about that a little bit earlier. But when I was talking about the gym and everything, and then the older men asking me to smile and stuff, I'm like, come on, like, are you serious? I'm out of breath right now. I try to do the best I can, but I'm not at my age and my stage in life. I'm not here to perform for people. My performance, you should want people to be their self naturally. Let that be their natural performance. Like we're gonna present in a way the best that we can, mostly, most decent people. But I mean, there are things that we're not just gonna come out, straight up and just be like, hey, I'm really like this, da da da. But try to be as close to you as you can, so when a person is getting to know you, won't be a surprise. Hey, this so much of a surprise. This person is really like this. Multi. Okay. But yeah, guys, don't let resting bee face run you off. That does not mean. It doesn't always mean that a woman is mean, that a woman is angry, and all these things. Sometimes you speaking to her, sometimes, not all the time, you just, hey, we never know when we speak to a person in general, man or woman, if they're in the best mood or not. Now if a person's over there looking red and crying and stuff like that, that's different. Or sometimes you can't tell when a person is, in a bad mood. I may be short with you, but that just might be that one day, and then the next day they're good to go, or when I say one day, it means that one time frame that they've had where they encountered you and you encountered them, which is getting hot, y'all. It's like, dang, this weather, springtime is coming, which I'm happy. But I'm gonna turn the air on, which I kind of like doing when it's, but they might have just encountered you for a good 5 to 10 minutes, if that. And then you're just thinking, oh, because this person has a resting bee face, which guys have it too. They have it too. I don't want to call it a bee face, but they have this resting face too. Men have it a lot more than women, I think. And I think people, they have a brain, and they're processing a lot in their brain we don't know. So y'all do not, if you want a wife, if you want a girlfriend, a friend and a woman, or whatever you want, honey, companion or whatever, don't X out women that have a resting bee face, because she could be your wife, your girlfriend, and be a good one too. She's not smiling in everybody's face and stuff like that. Think about that, y'all. She might be a more serious person, but then she can she could be a comedian. She could be funny too. A person that's good, nice to be around. But if she's not talking to anybody, and it just could just be her look, okay? But if it bothers you so much, I understand. But not every woman is gonna be bubbly and smiling all the time, y'all. Y'all gotta get over that. That is not normal. Okay? Now some people are like that, but that's rare. That's rare that a woman is gonna be friendly and bubbly, nice all the time. I think I'm nice and respectful. I don't know about friend. I can be a friend. I can befriend people and stuff like that, but I'm very observant of people, and I'm like, hey, maybe it could be a little bit of a wall, but as far as just being a mean person, people don't say that once they get to know me. But everybody's facial structure is different, so think about that, y'all. Do not X people out just because. Stop judging that book by its cover. Get to know people. You really could be missing out on somebody that is just a wonderful addition to your life. So I just wanted to bring that to y'all's attention. Want to know what y'all think about that. Yes, some good women have resting bee face. A lot of women have resting bee face, but that doesn't mean they're a bad individual or grouchy or any of that. Okay, get to know her, men. It's okay. And like I keep saying this, I remind y'all too. When I tell my son this, he's a teen, he's growing up, so I've been telling him this since he was little in his own way. I'm like, hey, when he was a little boy, I said, hey, this girl, I said, you don't understand it right now, but I'll tell you this in your own way. He was in elementary school. I was like, if the girl, the little girl is all emotional, all over the place, emotional wreck, like she wants to play with you today. Tomorrow she doesn't want to play with you. The next day she wants to play with you. The next day she's mad and mean to you. She won't even talk to you. She acts like she don't know who you are. All this crazy up and down stuff. I'm not gonna say nothing about the little girl, but just leave her alone. Just don't play with her. Don't play with her. Go play with the other girls and boys. Because a lot of little girls gravitated to my son. He was a cute little boy. But now as he got older over the years, I was like, hey, he still remembers me telling him that, and I remind him every now and then. He said, yeah, I remember when you say don't play with the girls who da 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 da. So same thing with women, right? He's a teen, so it's like with girls, it's like, hey, does she always treat you good for the most part? Did she treat you good? Like, even if I'm not having the best day, I'm not going to curse you out, dog you out. And you didn't, especially, you didn't do anything to me. So if you didn't do anything to me, if I'm in my right mind, why would I treat you bad? It doesn't make any sense for me. But now some women, I will say, this is why I remind women of, like, look here, if you're just going off on people or snapping or getting, super sassy and outright with people, you may need to go to your doctor and the OBGYN or whatever you need to do, and see what's going on with you hormonally, girl. You got something going on. You got all type of supplements and vitamins that we can take. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, sometimes we need to, regulate our hormones and stuff. And I spoke to some women about that, and they asked me, like, you're in such a good mood, this and that. They just kind of, and we talking. I like to calm people, just give them a peaceful place to go to when we have conversations, because I feel peace within, and that's the type of environment I normally provide to people. I guess that's what they tell me. So, yeah. So, and I think the world would be better if it's cool to have some excitement here and there, but the type of excitement that we got out here these days, we need to calm down. Some people need to sit down and calm down, take you a chill pill. And so, by taking the chill pill, I mean, like, hey, like, are you eating pretty decent? I'm not gonna lie, I've been on fries and potatoes a lot lately, but I go work out. I try to apply that pressure when I work out. Try to get really warm. If you don't sweat, get super warm. Almost to you about to sweat, but it's even better to sweat, y'all. Work out, move every day. If you're not moving, I try to move every day, but if you're not moving as much, watch happy, funny, loving, whatever, good ending movies or whatever. Like, try to end date, or end date means input into your mind nice things that make you feel good. And I don't mean eating cookies and cake and all that stuff. That stuff makes you feel good temporarily, and this is something people got to learn about life. The temporary things, and I have to remind myself too, the temporary things are not good in the long run. So you might feel good for like 10 minutes. Like, I like me some Lucky Charms and all that stuff like that. I used to tear them things up when I was young, but I know probably like once a year I'll let myself eat Lucky Charms and stuff. But with the sugary stuff, honey, I have to be selective with that. Once a year, maybe 2 times a year. But and then maybe you can do more. I don't know, but I don't feel so well like within the next 10 to 20 minutes, all because of that. If I go overboard with them, eating 2 or 3 bowls, But that, hey, everybody has their thing, honey, But yeah, and I had to discipline myself when it came to eating sugar. I do allow myself to consume sugar almost every day, but it's with fruits. Because I know I like sugar, so I'm not going to deny myself sugar. I'm going to eat fruit, right? So you just got to have a happy medium. But you got to check yourself out. Make sure you're not being the resting bee face that you look like. And then try to smile more. I try to make myself smile more when I'm just walking around, just think of something positive, which I think of positive things most of the time anyway, but I'll try to maybe, something that's gonna make me laugh or whatever, like when I'm going walking. I know there's a lot of people around because people see that serious face, and I have that face. I have it, y'all, but I'm a great person. When people get to know me, they're like, man, you're cool, you're this and that, all good things. So I'm like, if y'all would just get to know us, some of us, not all of us, everybody not gonna be they're not gonna be it, okay? But there's some good people out here, y'all. Don't give up. Don't feed into all the stuff you hear on social media, because it's just one person and that's their angle on life, and then they're projecting that into the world. So, but that's up to y'all, okay? Time waits for no man or woman. And if you want to waste your time and not meet great people, that's on you. But if you want to meet great people, you got to give people a chance. And just like I told my son, if that woman, if she doesn't want, I don't want to say play with you, if she doesn't want to be nice and considerate or just respectful, nice and respectful, right? You're not bombarding her. You're being respectful to her and treating her like a gentleman should. If she has class and stuff like that, she will speak with you with the same respect that you give her. And y'all can have a decent conversation, okay? All right, I want to see people getting along. Men and women getting along. We can do it, y'all. I believe in y'all. All right, like, comment, and subscribe.